Hey everyone, the copyright system is good, very good. I like it because it's very good. I have a story today about the copyright system not just being broken, but being abused as well. For just the most illogical reason ever. Like, it sounds so dumb. If any other person with like a medium-sized channel tried to make it against someone else, it wouldn't go through because it's moronic. And I basically already spoiled by saying like, it came from another person. So right off the bat, that gives like no support for it to last long. With some studios like MGM, I'm not saying I understand where the tyrannical strikes come from, like for copyright, but they're at least a studio, you know. The connotation of copyright protected content makes more sense because they have more of a basis. So let me ask you, do you think this man, this little character, deserves that same kind of power, especially for this content?
Can you help me finish?
Baby, I told you to do this last night, but I guess Mommy can help you.
Thank you, I've been trying to clean these stupid shoes forever.
I know what you were thinking, you stinky McPoopy-Trump.
I feel like most of you have seen him, but you don't know like his actual full name, that being The Mannii Show, a guy popular on TikTok. Okay, if you're on TikTok, own up to it. Don't count the oceans as your empire. I really wish I could talk about him in a positive way because how much I love his stuff, but I can't really because today I don't really have a good story about it. This ancient tale, started with a channel called Ingwin, and they cover different aspects of like online content most commonly found on TikTok. And since Mannii's quite popular on there, somewhat, he covered a video on him called Why Everybody Hates the Mannii Show about his downward decline in his perception from his own fans. And that is where my understanding of said video ends, because after, you know, a short while after it was uploaded, it got taken down with a copyright strike from Mannii himself, which I literally have no idea what basis that has, because it has none. From every single angle, that video should be allowed up. It's not like the guy Ingwin was showing like an entire cover of a movie. No, he's showing a guy's video that's already both up on TikTok and YouTube. The only segment in the video that YouTube highlighted that show like why the video was taken down was like when he showed like 20 seconds from just one of Mannii's TikTok, that being his most beloved one, when your friend is a K-pop fan. Now me personally, I love that video, it's one of my favorite. I'm actually planning to get a frame of that video tattooed on my forearm later this year in August. But let's be honest, just showcasing that clip for 20 seconds, does that really warrant having a guy's video taken down? For having actual good, rightful context? No, I don't think so, not really. And 20 seconds, that's pretty generous. I'm pretty sure most people like need 30 seconds, at least, like bare minimum, to actually send a copyright strike. But 20 seconds, that's actually like blood hungry at that point. Not to mention the strikes on Ingwin's channels as well, which doesn't sound too bad because the first one of the three is always the least punishing. But the fact that he still got a strike, regardless, for a reason so minute, that clearly shows the massive weakness of the copyright system, that proves the power your status has in dictating whether or not the copyright strike actually goes through. And in full respect of Ingwin, he recognized like the illegitimacy of the claim, like in the response video he did, where he absolutely shows no fear in taking this further, potentially to court as well, since Mannii basically attacks his livelihood.
If you cut into the bag, you play with my livelihood like this. That's when shit gets personal, Mannii. You brought this to real life. I could be sitting in a courtroom, look across the room and see the Mannii Show, and I would take the fattest W in court. But I don't know, I guess I just struck a nerve with Mannii. If you're a commentary channel watching this, I mean, if you want a free Mannii Show video, I got you. Hey, it's right here.
He called me out, fuck. I'll finish off that part by saying like how I undoubtedly believe that video will be right back up soon, since it has been proven that bullshit copyright strikes can only last for a few days at best before they can taken down and the original video can go back up again. Cause not much about the irony of the Mannii Show, taking down a video about him on the ground of copyright, when his entire like career, when he himself wouldn't be famous if he didn't rip off other people's audio and put it on his TikToks. I definitely believe most people have seen his TikToks and they're really not that special. The same like overused like tactic of using other people's audio from another video, a much better video, just compiled with a better video of him. Not only just being generic, but also just not being that funny. He's like on a Jim Carrey level character, except without any talent at all. Cause at least that man, he has like the muscle fibers all of his body and face, so it like really exaggerate everything he does for comedic effect. But with Mannii, all he does is speed the video and that's it, like everyone else. And if you're gonna take the audio from another clip, how does it look on you when you like slit someone's throat, like take down the video, when all they really did is just talk about your videos. He must have been scared he added some value to his TikToks. I feel like right now I can show his TikTok because I know for a fact the video won't be taken down. Not only because, you know, I'm barely a channel with like barely any subs, but I'm definitely in the right because I'm using it for context. I'm talking about him. I have to show videos of him. And that's thing I want to point out that ties back to like what England said. That's absolutely right. It's just like the facade of his popularity of Mannii still being alive, even though very clearly fake. Because when you go to his TikTok, Jesus, wow, yeah, I mean, 24 million followers, that's something, that's a monolith. And his videos, I mean, wow, they still rack in millions of views each one, with a view to like ratio of 1 or 2%. I really can't express how bad that is. For a video to get that many views, it would be like an act of God for all the Zoomer viewers seeing it to not like it, like give it a heart. Now, this part might be controversial, and I'll probably want you backpedal from in the future, but one very useful feature on TikTok is the ability to pay for your sponsor to make your videos more popular by making them appear more frequently on people's For You page. And that's very common, a lot of people use it, nothing wrong with that. But one very known drawback to that is that the likes the video get is actually tied to the value and quality of the video you upload. So you can't really beg on mommy daddy money to get your dad. Do I have any other evidence to prove that Mannii does the method himself? Apart from like the abysmal view to like ratio and the very clear repeated style making all his videos feel stale? No, I don't. But I'll leave you to decide, it's your choice. And so, with an account that dry, I want you to like what alleys does he have in his empire, which is when I came across his own website, sponsoring what he does and selling quality merchandise that you can buy for the whole family. There honestly isn't that much on there, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't laugh when I read 5 TikTok accounts banned, #free comedy. Psst, okay dude, the irony, Jesus. As well as hundreds of laughs. In closing, the last thing I have to say is that I really don't feel like I can make a statement about Mannii because there's a much deeper message behind the story. He's a bit full of himself to threaten someone's channel like this, but I really feel like deep down in my heart, the original video will be back up soon. Therefore, I think the best thing you can get out of this and focus on as well is just the fundamentally broken copyright system. You can't get rid of narcissists, but you can definitely get rid of the powers that they abuse. That was clever, you have to admit that a little bit. I mean, this was something I always clear to everyone, especially as of recent, with the tech lead and internet anarchist story where in the first few days, he did copyright strike his video, but with a little bit of time and some peanut brain self-admitting,
it's more of a hazing ritual for me. Like
the strike was revoked and it was allowed back up on YouTube. And although yes, that's good that happened, who's actually on the fence on whether or not that strike shouldn't be allowed in the first place? If the copyright system was fixed, that would be like a null outcome, like it would have never happened. On one side, I'm somewhat happy that it did, because it really did expose like just what baboon that the guy's tech lead is. But he should have never had any attention, regardless. Honestly, if I'm allowed to put on my tinfoil hat for a second, I honestly believe that this system could lead to like a massive lawsuit between two corporate parties. Because when it's between channels, there will be a squabble, they might go to court, but it will eventually be resolved after way too much time. But for companies who could open lawsuits against each other and pour millions into it and drag down YouTube with them into it, that's objectively one thing that will put a dirty brown stain in their underwear.